Hi everyone, I'm Caryn and welcome to today's full body all levels flow. So today we're going to be working on strengthening as well as opening up the entire body. Today we're just going to be using one block. So if you want to go ahead and grab that, we're going to be using it towards the end of our practice. If at any time throughout the flow today you feel any discomfort within the body, please feel free to back out of the poses, taking my cues as an offering and just listening to what feels right in your body today. So let's go ahead and get started by laying on our backs. And you can extend the legs out long here, releasing the arms alongside. Taking a moment to release, shaking out any tension. Feeling your body begin to soften. The mat holding you, supporting you. Taking a full deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, side out. Allowing yourself to arrive. Let's take another full deep breath in. Perhaps your biggest breath of today, expanding belly to chest. And exhale, release. One more just like that, deep, full inhale. And slow, deep exhale. Let's begin to inhale and exhale through the nose. Cultivating our ujjayi breath, if that is in your practice. A slight constriction at the back of the throat. It should sound like ocean waves creating heat within. On your next inhale, drawing your knees into the chest. And begin to draw some circles here, perhaps rocking from side to side, releasing in the low back, the sacrum. Changing the direction of your circles. And coming to stillness. Keeping that right knee hugged in, allow the left foot to meet the mat. Crossing right ankle over left thigh, creating a figure of four shape, reaching through either behind the thigh, maybe around that left shin, interlacing the fingers. And you can add a little rock from side to side here if that feels good. Sending the breath into the right hip. And gently coming to stillness, keeping this bind, allowing the right foot to fall over towards the left side of the mat. Creating a supine twist here. You can gaze over the right shoulder. You can use that left hand to gently press into the right thigh. Breathing into the twist, releasing your right arm alongside. And gently come back through center. Let's switch legs here. Left ankle over right thigh. Reaching and finding your bind, and then adding a gentle rock from side to side if that feels good. Maybe just staying in stillness today. Breathing into the left hip. Still allowing the shoulders to soften into the mat. And find that stillness. Keeping the shape and then allowing the left foot to fall over to the right side. Finding our supine twist. You can place that right hand to left thigh. Extend the left arm long. And perhaps sending the gaze over the left shoulder. On your next inhale, come back through center. Release the bind, hug the knees in towards the chest. And then gently rocking yourself up into a tabletop position. And once you've come into your tabletop here, keeping the toes tucked, sitting back onto the heels. So taking a little moment here, scooching in those little pinky toes, getting them in, feeling that toe stretch. If this is really uncomfortable for you, you can release the tops of the feet to the mat, whichever feels good for you today. Lengthening, growing tall through the spine here. Reaching your arms out long in front of you, and then crossing right arm over left, bending at the elbows, and from here you can either grab at opposite elbows or create an eagle bind, clasping the hands, wrapping the hands here. And from here, breathing into the space between the shoulder blades, bringing the elbows in line with the shoulders, softening the breath. Release the bind, extend the arms long, and then cross left arm over right, finding that same shape on this side. Elbows in line with the shoulders, breathing into the back body. Release the arms long, and then bringing them behind the back, interlace the fingers here. As you inhale, press the knuckles down, open the chest, lift the gaze, finding a little back bend. And as you exhale, keeping the bind with the hands, begin to fold forward. You can release the tops of the feet to the mat here, finding a child's pose, bringing the forehead to the mat as you reach the arms up here. Feeling the stretch across the chest, the shoulders, breathing. And then gently releasing your bind, extending your arms out long. You can open your knees a little wider here into your child's pose, settling in, breathing deeply. Active in the arms, reaching through the fingertips, feeling the stretch and the breath and widening in the side body. Inhale to come to tabletop position, stacking wrists below the shoulders, knees below the hips, tuck the toes. Spreading the fingers wide here. On your next inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, shine the heart forward. And exhale, round through the spine, tucking the pelvis, allow the crown of the head to fall. Begin to move through a few rounds of your cat-cow. Bringing in any other movement that feels good. Maybe moving the hips from side to side here. Holding in a pose if that feels good, creating a little bit more space. Using the breath to guide you. And then gently coming to stillness. Engaging the core here, really active through the hands, pressing the mat away from you. Reaching the right arm forward like you're going to shake someone's hand, and then send the left leg back. Flex the toes, active pressing through the heel. Holding here. And we're slowly going to find tiny pulses, lifting the arm and leg at the same time. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release down. Let's switch sides. Extend that left arm long, right leg back, flex the toes, press through the heel, reach through those fingertips, hold, engage the core, and begin to pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Inhale, drop the belly, shine the heart forward. And exhale to round, pressing the mat away from you. Begin to lift those knees off the mat to a hover. And then extend those legs long, finding your way into your first downward facing dog. Begin to pedal out the feet, bending into the knees. Bringing movement to the hips, the hamstrings, releasing. And then finding your way to stillness. You're going to have a little bend in the knees here. Allowing the heels to sink toward the mat, pressing the chest towards the thigh, chin gently tucks into the chest. Softening the gaze, drawing the navel towards the spine. Deep, full breaths. Inhale to gaze forward. Exhale to gently make your way up towards the top of the mat. Inhale, hands to shins, lift and lengthen the chest, gazing over the top of your mat. And exhale to fold. Planting that left hand beneath the chest. Sweeping that right arm out and open, reach it towards the sky. Deep bend in the left knee, straightening through the right. If it feels comfortable to lift the gaze. Breathing here. Gently releasing the bind, right hand plants down, left arm reaches to the sky, bending into the right knee this time, and straightening into the left. And release the bind. Inhale, hands to shins, lift and lengthen. And exhale, fold. Inhale, reach those arms up high, grow tall, extend through the fingertips. Exhale, hands to heart center, sink in. Closing the eyes for a moment here, using this space to set an intention for your practice. Perhaps a word, a phrase, a feeling. Perhaps dedicating this practice to someone. Maybe that someone is you today. On your next inhale, reach the arms up high, lift the gaze. Exhale, hinge, fold forward. Inhale to lift and lengthen. On your exhale, stepping it back, flowing through a first vinyasa, high to low plank, hugging those elbows in close to the body. Option to drop those knees. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Open the chest, lift the gaze. Exhale, downward facing dog. If at any time today you wish to skip those vinyasa, you can just meet us in downward facing dog. Inhale to gaze forward. Exhale to the top of the mat. Inhale to lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, reach those arms up high. Exhale, hinge to fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, flow, high to low plank, hop, step or jump back. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. 3 deep breaths here. Reaching those hips up high, pressing through the fingertips, grounding through the heels. Inhale to gaze forward. Exhale to the top of the mat. Inhale to lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach those arms up high, grow tall. Exhale, hinge to fold. Let's move through one more sun salutation. A here. Inhale, lift. Exhale, flow. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Beautiful breath here. Awakening the spine. Using our breath to guide us. Deep, full breaths. Expansive. Inhale to gaze forward. Exhale to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And exhale, fold. Bring the big toes to touch. Sinking the hips down, bend the knees, reach those arms up high. Sitting in our imaginary chair here. Breathing deeply. And gazing up towards the palms. Sink the hips a little lower, reach a little higher. Deep, full breath in. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, flow, high to low plank. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Sweep that right leg high, reach it up. On your exhale, stepping between the palms, finding warrior one. Dropping the left heel, left toes turn out. Allow the inhale to bring you up. Drop the shoulders. Sink into the hips. Begin to cactus the arms, open the chest. Inhale to reach back high. Exhale, open. Inhale, reach. Exhale, open. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, open. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, hands to the mat, stepping it back, flowing it through. Inhale, up dog cobra. Exhale, down dog. Left leg sweeps the sky, inhale. Exhale as you step between the palms, dropping the right heel, right toes turn out. Allow the inhale to bring you up into your warrior one, left side. Sink into the hips. Drop the shoulders. Strong foundation here, active through the lower body. Take a deep breath in. Exhale to cactus the arms, open the chest, finding a little back bend. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, open. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, open. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, open. Inhale to reach up high. And exhale, hands to the mat, stepping it back, flowing it through. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Holding here for 3 deep breaths. Feeling strong. Drawing in that heat, that energy. Inhale to wave your body through to a plank pose. And on the exhale, slowly lower all the way onto the belly. Hug those elbows in. Release the tops of the feet. And crawling the fingertips off the edge of the mat, creating spider arms here as you lift the elbows towards the ceiling. Bring the forehead to the mat. Taking a deep breath in. And exhale. On your next inhale, press through the fingertips, lifting the upper body. And you can lift, extending the arms fully, or you can keep a little bend in them. Pressing the tops of the feet into the mat. Open the heart, open the chest. Exhale, release down. Let's flow with breath here. Inhale to lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Let's go one more. Inhale. Hold at the top, breathe. Exhale, stay. And release the hips down. Seeing if you can soften in the legs, the glutes. Bringing the shoulders down away from the ears. Opening the chest a little bit more, maybe lifting the gaze. And releasing on your next exhale. Extending the right arm long out to the side. Bending into the left knee. And then flipping onto the right side body. Placing that left foot behind the right leg. You can stay on your spider fingers on the left side. Or maybe you find a bind, reaching that left hand behind the back body. Breathe here. Release to come back through center. Extending the right arm this time. And then spider finger the left side. Bend into the right knee. And then roll over onto the left side body. And then you have your options here to stay. Maybe finding the bind with the right hand behind the low back. And release to come through center. Bringing the fingertips just beneath the shoulders. Hug the elbows in. Tucking the toes on your next inhale, pressing up into a tabletop position. And exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. On your next inhale, gaze forward. Exhale to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach those arms up high, palms to touch. Maybe finding a little back bend here. Exhale, fold. Inhale to lift and lengthen. Exhale, flow, high to low plank. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep the right leg high. On your exhale, drawing your knee across the body to the left elbow, and then extend that right leg out long to the left side. Press firmly through the right hand, reach that left arm up to the sky, full in triangle. Breathe here, opening the chest, lifting the hips. Releasing that left hand down. Re-extending right leg up towards the sky, three-leg dog. Bending into the knee, opening the hip here. And then begin to draw some circles here in that right hip. In one direction and then the other. Breathing. And then extend that right leg long one more time. Exhale, release the foot, down dog. On your next inhale, sweep the left leg high. Exhale to crunch in over to the right side. Right elbow, and then extend that left leg long. Pressing firmly into the left hand. Reach that right arm up towards the sky. Finding a full in triangle on the opposite side. Releasing right hand down. Inhale, three-leg dog. Bending into the knee, drawing the heel towards the seat, and then begin to draw some circles here on the opposite side. Opening in the left hip. Changing direction of the circles. Re-extending the leg high. And exhale, down dog. And pedaling it out. Inhale to gaze forward. Exhale to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach it up high, palms to touch. Grabbing a hold of the left wrist here, reach over to the right side. Inhale, so through center. Grab a hold of the right wrist, reach over to the left. Inhale, through center. Exhale, finding a little back bend as you catch the arms, open the chest. Inhale to re-extend. Exhale to fold. Inhale to lift and lengthen. Exhale, flow, high to low plank. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Right leg sweeps the sky on the next inhale. Exhale, just step between the palms, finding our high lunge here, staying lifted through that left heel. Allow the inhale to bring you up. Squeezing the inner thighs towards one another. Sink the hips, drop the shoulders. Still reaching through the fingertips, active in the upper body. Deep breath in. On your exhale, open up, warrior two. Left heel plants down. Drop the shoulders. Softening the gaze over the right hand. Pressing that right knee to the outer edge of the right foot. Opening through the front body. Inhale as you reach that right fingertips forward. Flip the palm, reverse warrior. Opening through the right side body. Still bending into that right knee. Breathing into the right side. On your next exhale, find extended side angle, bringing right elbow to right thigh. Left arm reaches up and over, palm to face down. So we're not sinking, dumping our weight here into our right elbow. We're really active. So light in that balance. Almost as if you don't even need your right arm there. So let's try that out. Reaching that right arm up towards the front of the room, as if you're holding an imaginary beach ball here. Hold and breathe. Staying strong in the core, active in the lower body. Holding and breathing a little bit more. Releasing left hand down to the mat, pivoting on the ball of the left foot. Right arm sweeps out and open, dragonfly twist. Hugging the right knee in towards the chest. Active through that back leg, strong. Breathing here, really pressing through the left fingertips. Releasing that right hand to the inside of the right foot. Heel toe that right foot out to the side and then drop the left knee. Breathing here. Taking a deep breath in, sink into the hips, open the chest. And exhale, sink the hips back, extending the right leg long, right toes peel off the mat. Inhale to sink forward. Exhale, send it back. Inhale forward. And exhale back. Inhale to come forward. Planting that left hand, reaching the right arm back, bend into that left knee, reaching for that left foot, and then drawing that left heel in. Still hugging the right knee in towards the chest. Twisting the heart open, breathing into our quad stretch. And gently releasing. Heel toe the right foot back to the inside of the hands. Lift the left knee, stepping it back, flowing it through. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, down dog. Left leg sweeps the sky on the inhale. Exhale, step between the palms, finding our high lunge on the opposite side, allowing that inhale to bring you up. Sink into the hips, drop the shoulders, still active in the upper body. Lifting through that right heel. Taking a deep breath in. And on the exhale, finding warrior two. Planting that right heel down. Extend through the fingertips, drop the shoulders, soften the gaze over the left hand. Pressing that left knee to the outer edge of the mat. Breathe and sink. Inhale to reach those fingertips forward, flip the palm, reverse the warrior. Still bending into the left knee, opening the left side body. On your next exhale, find extended side angle, lift elbow to left thigh, right arm reaches up and over. Palm to face down, really light with that elbow resting on the thigh. Engage the core as we reach that left arm up towards the front of the mat, as if we're holding an imaginary beach ball here. Hold and breathe. Sink and breathe. One more deep breath in. And exhale, releasing that right hand down, pivoting on the ball of the right foot, and then lift that left arm up towards the sky, dragonfly twist. Strong, engaging through the right leg, hugging the left knee in towards the chest, releasing left hand on the inside of the left foot, and heel toe that left foot to the outer edge of the mat, drop the right knee. Taking a moment here to sink and settle in. As you inhale, sink into the hips, open the chest. Exhale, send the hips back, lifting the left toes off the mat, straightening through that leg. Inhale to bring it forward. And exhale, sink it back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Planting that right hand, reaching the left arm behind, bending into the right knee, grabbing that right foot, and then squeezing the heel in. Breathe into the quad stretch. Still hugging the left knee in towards the chest. And gently release that right foot. Heel toe the left foot between the hands. Lifting the right knee, stepping it back, flowing it through. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Dropping the knees here, find a tabletop position. And then crossing the ankles, sitting back onto the heels. And extend those legs out long. So this is where we're going to bring in our block. So if you want to make sure that it's just somewhere nearby within reach. Legs extended long. Reach the arms out long in front of you. Create a C curve in the spine. Drop the chin to chest. And slowly release all the way onto the back body. Hugging the knees in towards the chest when you get there. A little rock and roll from side to side. And then keeping the knees bent, dropping the feet to the mat. We're going to take an active bridge first. So pressing the feet firmly into the mat. On your next inhale, lift the hips up towards the sky. And you can stay here pressing the palms into the mat. Maybe finding a clasp beneath the lower back, walking the shoulder blades in towards the spine. And breathing here. Imagining you have an imaginary apple beneath your chin. Still maintaining that space. Breathing, reach the hips a little higher on the inhale. And exhale, release. And reaching for your block here. I like to keep it on the middle setting here, but you can choose to take it lower or you can choose a higher setting. But middle is just kind of easy to work with. So lifting the hips up gently and then placing the block on the lower back. So finding your sweet spot on your sacrum there. And then release the arms alongside. Noticing here as we move from a more active practice into stillness, where the mind suddenly tends to wander, the thoughts that begin to race in. Just gently releasing them, not holding any attachment, no judgment. Allow yourself to sink and be present in this relaxation. From here, extending one leg up towards the ceiling and then the other to meet it. You might have to adjust your block if necessary. And just allow your feet to begin to feel weightless here. Feeling the energy release, running down from the legs, like a waterfall releasing through the hips as it moves, taking any and all tension with it. Releasing through the belly, the chest, the shoulders. And with each exhale, you feel your body releasing these tensions. Gently bending into the knees and bringing the feet back to the mat. Gently lifting the hips up and slowly removing your block. You can place it off to the side and gently release the hips down. Taking a moment here in stillness, feeling your lower back pressing into the mat. And then you can gently begin to windshield wipe your knees from side to side. Hugging the knees in towards the chest. And finding a happy baby, taking a hold of the outer edges of the feet, maybe the big toes, maybe even behind the thighs. And then yogi's choice here, if you want to stay in stillness, maybe adding a gentle rock. Maybe extending one leg, extending the other. And then gently releasing the feet to the mat. And begin to extend both legs long. And I invite you here to bring your left hand to your heart and your right to your belly. Feeling the belly and the chest rise and fall. Allowing the breath to completely return to its natural rhythm. And taking a few moments here in stillness, I'll guide you out when it's time to go. A full deep breath in. Exhale, release. Shavasana. And taking a deep breath in. And exhale, sigh out. Bringing gentle movement back into the body. Reaching those arms up long overhead, stretching like you've just woken up. And on your exhale, hugging the knees in towards the chest. And when you're ready, gently making your way up into a comfortable seat. Taking a moment here, softening the gaze or perhaps closing the eyes. And drawing the hands at heart center. Drawing in gratitude for your practice, for being here, for community. Let's take a full deep inhale together. And exhale, sigh out. Well done, yogis. Thank you so much for sharing in this practice with me today. Namaste.